Hey guys, how are you doing and welcome to today's episode. My name is Arnold and today let's talk about the Galaxy Note 8 6 months on and whether or not you should upgrade to the new S9 Plus. I've been using this phone as my daily driver for the past 6 months and I gotta say the experience has been pleasant, has been positive, and this is a great phone. I bought this phone 99 ringgit cheaper than the retail price for the Galaxy S9 Plus, which is 3799 by the way for the 64GB version. So let's talk a bit about the phone. This phone is built very well. Galaxy Note 8 is built very solidly, it feels very nice in the hand, metal and glass, sandwich construction, very sturdy, it does not bend, does not break, it's reliable, it'll get you through your day easily. It's IP68 water and dust resistant. It's very easy to clean whenever I have fingerprint smudges all over the phone, like now. I'll just take it to the sink, give it a wash, wipe it down, super clean, no issues, no problem. Talk about the display. This 6.2 inch display is fantastic. The display is very contrasty, colors are deep, nice and punchy, and is very vibrant. It is so good till images seem to pop out of the screen and it seems like a sticker. The display is nice and bright. You can use it in broad daylight, under direct sunlight, no issues, no problem. This phone comes with a Snapdragon 835, 6GB of RAM, 64GB on board. I did not get the 128GB version as this phone comes with expandable storage and I didn't think I need to cough up the extra money to get the 128GB when another 64GB card costs much less. So adding that to, you still get 128GB and you still spend less. The processor is quite efficient, it's quite power efficient based on my usage, mostly on WhatsApp, Instagram, social media, hours and hours on YouTube, and it still lasts me a day, and I think that is pretty power efficient to drive the phone throughout my daily use. The best part about the Snapdragon 835 coupled with the cooling system that Samsung has provided in this phone, it does not heat up. I owned the S7H before this and the phone used to heat up a lot. It used to heat up easily when you're using it under heavy load, under intense load, even activities like updating your apps. And this phone is pretty great. It does not heat up even though I have a system update. It gets warm to the touch but it does not heat up as much as the Snapdragon 820 did. One thing though, 6 months on, I'm able to see lag on the phone. And probably this is due to Samsung's own Experience 8.5, which is quite thick over the stock Android. So as things get blown up, as your caches get full, as your system gets bogged down by old temporary files, you can expect your phone to slow down like any other phone. And I'm able to see signs of slowdown after 6 months. Though it does not warrant a phone change, it does not warrant a reformat, it's just a slight nuisance. Maybe Facebook would have taken 2 seconds to boot up when I bought it. Now it probably take about 4 seconds. What's an extra 2 seconds? The best part about this phone are the cameras. This phone comes with dual 12 megapixel cameras with the wide angle at f1.7 and the telephoto at f2.4. And it takes beautiful shots, fantastic shots 6 months on. Great in low light, does great video, 4K at 30 frames per second, though because of the Snapdragon 835 it's only able to do 240 frames per second at 720p. This is a step below of what the S9 Plus with the Snapdragon 845 is able to do. 1080p at 240, 720p at 960 frames per second. Though that's not something new, Sony had already done that on their XZ Premium. And the camera interface, I gotta hand it down to Samsung, is straightforward. You boot it up, you can either double tap the power button or when it's awake you just swipe up on the home screen, it launches the camera in seconds and off you go, you just snap away and it snaps really fast. Major downside of this phone, the battery. 3300 mAh battery. It seemed okay at first, but as the phone aged, as I had to charge it every day for 30 days for the past 6 months, and that equates to about 180 days of charging, that's 180 cycles, and I'm able to see the battery deterioration. The battery has degraded a bit. It doesn't take much for the 100% to drop down to 99%. All I have to do is just switch on the screen, turn on the Wi-Fi, open Facebook, and the battery just drops from 100% to 99%. And I do not charge this phone with fast charging 99% of the time, and still the battery degrades. I guess if all the phone manufacturers made super long-lasting batteries, nobody's going to change their phone, nobody's going to change their battery. I'm still running with the medium power saving since day one, and that still takes me to a day of use, sometimes slightly more than a day. And the good thing about this phone, it comes with wireless charging, fast wireless charging in fact, and you can just pop it down on the Samsung fast wireless charger or any equivalent, and it'll fast charge as well. And the extras that this Note 8 offers over the S9 Plus, first and foremost, the S Pen. A great tool to the Note, a great tool for your day-to-day productivity, for signing documents, for editing photos, just the general navigation of the UI. It's very handy and it's a useful tool. It gets forgotten easily because it's stuck right up here in the phone, and people just tend to use their fingers because it's just much easier. But the whole reason of getting a Note is because of the S Pen, and it really helps, and it's really a convenience to use it in your day-to-day. But there is an issue with the S Pen. The fit on the phone is not too snug. So at higher volumes, you can actually hear the S Pen rattling in the phone, and that's not cool at this price point, at this premium point, with this being Samsung's flagship. The greatest complaint: one tiny mono loudspeaker at the bottom. Easily to get muffled, easily to cover, and it sounds so raspy and it distorts at higher volumes. And especially when you're in a WhatsApp conversation and when you receive a message that pop, when you listen carefully, and I picked it up on day one, when that pop hits, the speaker distorts, and I really dislike that. The iris scanners, great addition to the safety, in addition to the oddly placed fingerprint scanner on the back. But to be honest, I never really used the iris scanner, especially after the warning that comes on whenever you activate the iris scanners that say that it could cause eye damage, it would cause eye fatigue, and I just gave it up. I did not bother to use the iris scanners, and I'm just using the fingerprint scanner 100% of the time. Samsung is one of the few manufacturers that still give importance to audio enough that they would retain the headphone jack, even on such a slim device, whether it be the S8, S8 Plus, Note 8, and now the S9 and S9 Plus. They still have the headphone jack on there, and the phone is still slim with full IP68 water and dust resistant. The major gripe: even after 6 months of owning this device, this Note 8 still runs on Android 7.1.1. And I think that is very unfair, and that is very bad on Samsung's part. You're paying a premium for these phones, and even after 6 months, Samsung can't release an update for their phones in a timely fashion. Samsung should get a hold of themselves and improve on this matter. Software updates are important. Gives you the best balance of security and performance for your phone, so that you do not feel left out, especially after paying such a huge hefty price for them. So does this warrant me to change to the S9 Plus? Nah, I don't think so. I would just wait for another 6 months or less, and Samsung would announce the Note 9, and then I would take a serious look on whether I would really actually need to upgrade from this phone to the Note 9. The S9 Plus has a newer processor. It's got 6 gigs of RAM. Yeah, this phone has 6 gigs. It's got 2 cameras. I have 2 cameras as well. There's no real need to upgrade to the S9 Plus, especially if you own a Note 8. Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus owners, on the other hand, if your phone starts getting laggy, I would just suggest you just reformat your phone and continue using your phone. And unless you really want the dual camera setup, you really want the live focus function, then consider the Note 8 before you go out and get the S9 Plus. You can get the Note 8 at the same price of the S9 Plus, or even lesser actually, and you'll still have some cash to spare to get accessories for this phone. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. This has just been a short video on my thoughts on my Galaxy Note 8 after 6 months of usage. And once the Oreo update hits within the next few months, I'll make another video and I'll show you the latest features of the Oreo on the Note 8 and whether there's any performance issues and lags and crashes and whatnot. Just before I end this video, I have still another 2 weeks left on my 30 days challenge for the black and white photography. Do check out my previous video, I'll link it up here. And join me, tag me, take some nice beautiful black and white photos in the way a person who suffers from color blindness would see the world in. Come follow me on Instagram at ThruD'Lens and on Facebook at ThruD'Lens Official. I'll be there to answer some questions. I'll be there to reply to your comments, to reply to your questions if you have any. And until I see you in the next video, take care. Bye bye. Cheers.